Welcome back. Hope you guys liked that last breakdown. We got a lot of good feedback from the first video. Lakers take game 2, even up the series. LeBron and AD had monster games, just like we all expected. Now after game 2, I've gotten a lot of messages and comments that the series is over. The Lakers are going to beat the Rockets 4 straight times. It's over in 5 games. LeBron activated playoff mode. And, those people could be right. But after I watched Game 1 and Game 2, I still think this Rockets team is going to be a tough out for the Lakers. But I will say this, the Lakers did a good job adjusting in Game 2. So, let's get to why you guys are here. If the Rockets want to have any type of success and get past the Lakers this round, they have to keep making LeBron James a jump shooter. He's going to make some, but I honestly feel like their best chance is to keep him outside the paint and make him rely on that jump shot and make it really tough for him to get layups and make some of these other guys, not named Anthony Davis, beat them. So let's talk offense. The Lakers, they try to bring double teams and not let James Harden get into his rhythm, into his little size-up dribbles and his little step back. And if he does get into these size-ups and step backs tonight, he's going to have to make these moves quick. They come and bring double teams, and he's not going to be able to settle for these stupid layups and tough three-point jumpers over 2 hands. It's pretty much going to be 2 points for the Lakers on the other end in transition. And you definitely don't want LeBron James getting downhill in transition versus a team that doesn't have a rim protector. So let's talk about the Lakers double team. The Lakers like to double James Harden to get the ball out of his hands to make someone else beat them. As you see here, he gets double teamed off the ball screen with Jeff Green. Jeff Green gets the defense to collapse. Rondo has a choice. He either has to stay with Austin Rivers or go with Daniel House. Jeff Green makes a good decision, finds Daniel House, and he's open for a 3. So Harden gets the rebound. He comes down in transition. Danny Green notices. He comes and doubles in transition to make him get the ball out of his hands. Eric Gordon gets it, gets KCP to play, leaves Robert Covington open. Rocco misses this. But if you're Houston, this is probably a look you want to shoot. But if you're the Lakers, it's not James Harden beating you. So late in the clock, Harden likes to get into his rhythm, his size-up dribbles. LeBron comes and doubles late in the clock to get the ball out of his hands, but Harden's still able to get into the lane. Danny Green rotates over, leaves Eric Gordon open in the corner. Harden passes it. Treyway. So one thing I noticed in Game 2, the Lakers started playing a little bit of 1-2-2 since the Rockets go 5 out. It gives them a better chance of guarding the three-point line. As you see here, it's about 12 on the shot clock. LeBron comes and doubles, doesn't allow James to get into his rhythm, leaves Eric Gordon open. Anthony Davis rotates over to take the wing. KCP is going to rotate to take Anthony Davis. Danny Green's going to rotate over to take KCP. But through all that rotation, Eric Gordon still nails the 3. So you see here, Harden gets into his size up. He wants to. The Lakers load up into their 1-2-2. And they're not going to allow him to beat them. They come and double. Notice James Harden. They got the ball out of his hands, and he hasn't moved. If he doesn't move tonight and they double him, it's a win for the Lakers because he's not going to beat them. So Rocco comes into a ball screen. Harden's going to get trapped on this ball screen. On the catch, Caruso rotates. Rondo rotates over, takes the wing away. Ben McLemore does a really good job getting Caruso to play. Getting Rocco open. If you're Houston, this is a look you want. Rocco's a really good three-point shooter. But if you're the Lakers, You like the fact that James Harden didn't move. Here it is again. He gets double, ball comes out. I really like the fact that Russ didn't settle for a jumper. Gets downhill, gets a bucket. So Houston can't just stand outside the three-point line while James Harden gets doubled. They're going to have to find ways to cut on the backside and find ways to get some cheap buckets and some layups. They're not just going to beat the Lakers by shooting threes. So here's this 1-2-2 again. Rondo passes Westbrook off to Morris. They load the help up. They're in their 1-2-2. 5 seconds on the clock. Rondo doubles. Harden's able to find Daniel House spotted up in the deep corner. The one thing about playing zone, it opens up offensive rebounds. As you see here, Russ gets it. Rocco sets a ball screen. Danny Green comes and doubles. Harden wants to shoot his step back, but they don't allow him to get into it. They rotate it. Marcus Morris, he's stuck guarding 2. Eric Gordon just has to make one more pass. PJ Tucker, dead deep corner. It's a great look. Like I said before, late in the clock, the Lakers are not going to allow James Harden to beat them on isolations. You see, Rondo's waiting for him to put the ball on the floor. Harden's in his size up. Rondo comes over to double. Now it leaves Russell Westbrook with 4 seconds left on the shot clock. We all know what he did last game. That's a win for the Lakers. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if Harden wants to make moves and dance, he has to make them quick, probably in about 3-4 dribbles like he does here. And Russell Westbrook, I mean, the last video I said he makes stupid mistakes and he still finds dumb confidence to make plays. But he was probably the worst I've ever seen him play the other night. If the Rockets have any chance to win this series, Russell Westbrook cannot fall in love with three-pointers. He's going to have to get downhill, make layups, and not miss them like he does here. He can't turn the ball over. And he definitely can't settle for these threes and shoot air balls. Now let's talk about the role players for the Lakers. I mean, Rajon Rondo had a great game. Danny Green was hitting. Markieff Morris hit 4 threes. You know, in these playoff games, as you guys know, in history, the role players are humongous. And with no home court, you know, we don't know who's going to show up in these games. And it goes the same for Houston. Is Russell Westbrook going to play better? Is Harden going to find ways to get through this double team? And can the Rockets make the Lakers pay for doubling James Harden and playing this 1-2-2 zone? In normal settings, we know the role players always show up at home, but in the bubble, there is no necessarily home court advantage. Now, I hope this video helps you see the game in a different lens tonight when you guys watch it.